We are your new landlord. This video will help you to understand what's expected of you and what you can expect from us. So let's start with our commitment. Your home, our commitment to you. We'll provide you with a home that is wind, water and weather tight. We'll make sure the property is safe and secure. We want you to make our property your home, so we are happy for you to decorate and make improvements in line with your tenancy agreement. What we expect from you. You will pay your rent on time and in accordance with the terms of your tenancy agreement. You will be a considerate neighbour and will not cause nuisance or annoyance to your neighbours. Our permission is needed if you want to keep a pet. Our permission is needed if you want to do any improvements to your home. In both cases, our permission is needed before you do anything. Access to your home. We will on occasion require access to your home to carry out property inspections, repairs, and essential maintenance. We have a legal right to access and would expect that you allow us access to carry out this work. This is for your safety and for the safety of neighbouring homes. It is our responsibility to keep both the structure and the permanent fixtures in your home, such as kitchens and bathrooms, in good repair. Kitchen appliances such as cookers, microwaves and fridges will not be maintained by us. You are responsible for minor repairs, such as light bulbs, toilet seats and dripping taps. If you are unsure whether a repair is our responsibility or yours, you can find a checklist on our website. If you or anyone in your home cause any damage, you are responsible for repairing this damage to our property. This includes damage through accident, neglect, misuse, or criminal damage. You can arrange for these repairs to be carried out by someone that is suitably qualified to do so. Alternatively, we can arrange for these repairs to be carried out, but you will be charged the cost for any work completed. You can report a repair using our app, on our website, or by email. Please provide the type of repair, the location, and your availability so we can book an appointment for you. Don't forget to keep your mobile number up to date so we can text you details of your appointment and a reminder the day before. Condensation. Condensation is water that is collected as droplets when warm and moist air cools. This is most commonly seen when warm, moist air comes into contact with cold surfaces, such as window panes or bathroom tiles. Condensation can be caused by cooking, drying clothes indoors, and even breathing. If it is left untreated, dark mould will begin to grow, particularly around windows, corners of rooms, and behind furniture. Condensation, damp and mould can be prevented by good ventilation throughout your home. Good ventilation can be achieved by ensuring trickle vents on your windows remain open, using extractor fans, regularly opening windows, making sure furniture doesn't touch outside walls, and wiping any moisture from the windows if it occurs. Further guidance and advice on reducing condensation can be found on our website. Insurance. The building's insurance for your home is provided by us. This only covers the building itself, so you must make sure that your belongings and the contents of your home are covered by your own insurance. While many people often hope that nothing will happen to their belongings, sometimes things can go wrong unexpectedly. You can choose to be insured by whatever company you wish. We do, however, have a suggested scheme which you can find out about on our website. Gas safety checks. If you have a gas appliance installed in your home, we will require access to carry out essential safety checks. These checks are mandatory and must be carried out on an annual basis. We will send you an appointment when the checks are due, and we need you to ensure you make time to allow us access. Investment. We will carry out replacement of major items in your home when they require updating, such as kitchens, bathrooms, windows, and central heating. We will contact you to inform you when you are to receive a new component. We ask that you assist us by helping to clear furniture, etc., as this will help us carry out the works. We will also paint the outside of your home every 7 years to ensure the fabric of the building is kept in good condition. You can find out more information about investment works by visiting our website. Your outside areas. If you live in a house, you will be responsible for keeping the outside areas of your home clean, tidy, and well maintained. This includes keeping your hedges, trees, and lawn cut back. Footpaths and driveways need to be clear of bulky items, rubbish, and litter. If you live in a flat with communal grounds, such as green spaces and car parks, we may maintain these as part of our service standards. In all instances, you are responsible for disposing of your own rubbish and bulky waste. It is not acceptable to dispose of these in communal areas or in your own garden. If you do this, you'll be recharged for the cost of the removal, and action could be taken against your tenancy. Fencing. Fencing is your responsibility. We don't provide or maintain fencing between properties and gardens. We'll only provide and maintain fencing next to public recreation areas or next to public footpaths. If you have a garden and were thinking of getting a dog, it is your responsibility to make sure that your garden is fully enclosed and that the dog cannot escape, cause a nuisance, or annoy your neighbours. Before you get any pet, you must ask our permission first. Part of our decision-making process will be to check your garden, and if it is not suitably enclosed, permission will be refused. You as a neighbour. Antisocial behaviour is behaviour by residents, members of their household, or their visitors, which is capable of causing annoyance, nuisance, or disturbance to anyone in the community or at any Seven Vale housing property. You are responsible for everyone in and visiting your home. This includes your friends, your children's friends, and visitors. If they behave badly, your tenancy may be at risk. We will apply a reasonable and proportionate approach to all reports of suspected neighbour nuisance and antisocial behaviour. Some examples of antisocial behaviour are violence, verbal abuse, for example direct threats, hate crime, criminal damage, and drug usage. Some examples of neighbour nuisance are dogs barking, inconsiderate parking, rubbish and litter, and playing of loud music. However, not everything that is reported to Seven Vale Housing is nuisance or antisocial behaviour. For example, actions which amount to no more than customers going about their normal everyday activities, such as children playing, people mowing their lawns, the sound of walking across a wooden floor. Complaints that are not a breach of the terms of tenancy, people staring, children falling out with each other, or cooking smells. Actions which amount to people not being pleasant to each other. Complaints about people being inconsiderate or thoughtless. Complaints about other people having lifestyles that offend others. For example, issues about differences in parenting, who people socialize with, how people dress, etc. All of the above are considered to be everyday lifestyle differences or living noises rather than nuisance or antisocial behaviour, and will not therefore be investigated as such by Seven Vale Housing. The tenancy agreement. There are some very important terms and conditions that you must abide by in your tenancy agreement. If you are a new tenant, you may well remember them, as we would have recently explained these to you, but remember it is your responsibility to abide by these terms and conditions. If you do not, you could lose your home. The most important thing to remember is to always pay your rent on time. If you get into difficulty with your rent, you should contact us immediately to discuss it. The longer you leave it, the worse it will become. Remember, there is nothing more important than the roof over your head. Your rent is called a priority debt. This means you should pay this before all other considerations. Did you know tenancy fraud is now a criminal offence? Examples of tenancy fraud include unlawful subletting, abandoning the property, not occupying the property as your home, or obtaining a property by deception. Charges for additional services. If you live in a house, flat, or in a property that benefits from additional services, you will be asked to pay a service charge on top of your weekly rent. The service charges cover the cost of us providing these additional services to you. Additional services include, but are not limited to, communal cleaning, communal heating, electricity, lift maintenance, window cleaning, estate charges, including caretaking and grounds maintenance, communal TVs, telephone costs, elderly services scheme managers, sinking funds, broadband, and sewerage. All costs we incur as a result of managing your building or scheme will be shared equally across all residents and recharged to you through the service charge. You will receive an annual breakdown of the charges, so you can see what you are paying for. Stakeholder Senate. We are committed to ensuring our customers have greater involvement in reviewing the services we provide. To make sure we keep to this commitment, we have introduced a Stakeholder Senate. The Senate is an independent group that provides a formal link between all customers, partners, and Seven Vale Housing. The Senate is in place to champion the voice of those who receive or are affected by the services we provide. Members of the Senate are appointed through a fair and transparent selection process and remain on the Senate for a maximum of 3 years. You can find out more about the Stakeholder Senate on our website. Complaints and compliments. Any customer can complain. A customer is anyone who receives or requests a service from us, or who is affected by our activities. If a service failure has occurred, we will always try to fix things straight away. Issues resolved in this way will still be recorded, and learning outcomes will feed into service improvement. Please visit our website for information on what does and doesn't class as a complaint. We'd love to hear your views on when we're doing well, and we'll always make sure we pass on your comments to the relevant department or team members. Service standards. We adhere to a set of service standards which dictate how we operate in certain areas of our business. Full details about our service standards can be found on our website. Moving home. If you are planning to move on from your Seven Vale Housing property, you must give us a minimum of 4 weeks' notice in writing, together with your forwarding address. You must leave your property clean, tidy, and free from all your possessions and rubbish. Your rent account must be up to date, and you must not be in arrears. If you leave anything behind, we could recharge you the cost of removal or disposal. When you leave, we expect that the property will be left in a good condition. If not, you will be charged for any work we need to put right. Any debts from work that is charged or outstanding rent will prohibit you from being housed by Seven Vale Housing in the future. This information will also be disclosed if other landlords request a reference. Transfers. To move to another Seven Vale Housing property, you still need to register with Gloucestershire Home Seeker. You will need to show that your circumstances have changed since you moved in, meaning that you now need a different home. This could be because your home is now too big for you, your family has grown and your home is now over-occupied, or your current home is not suitable to your needs due to mobility issues or a disability. If a Seven Vale Housing customer wants to move to a property with the same number of bedrooms as their current property, a like-for-like move, and they do not have any justifiable reasons for doing so, the request will be declined. We'll consider the following to be justifiable reasons. A medical reason. For example, you now need ground floor accommodation and your current block does not have a lift. Caring responsibilities. For example, you are the main carer for an elderly relative and need to move closer to them. Employment. For example, you've been offered a new job and need to move closer to work. Closer access to your children. For example, where a relationship has ended. Seven Vale Housing customers who have been refused a transfer on the above grounds will be offered housing advice, such as being encouraged to look for a mutual exchange. For more information on anything covered in this guide, take a look on our website. We hope you enjoy living in your new home.